It's time now for the PHL's 11 o'clock news on this late Sunday night, August 2nd, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. 11 o'clock news on this late Sunday night here on our top story at 11 o'clock. Here is in Nashville, Tennessee, where a manhunt was underway on Sunday in Tennessee for a parolee suspected of fatally shooting a Memphis police officer who apparently interrupted a drug transaction when he stopped to investigate an illegally parked car, police said. Washington, President Obama will unveil on Monday the final version of his plan to tackle greenhouse gases from coal-fired power plants, kicking off what is expected to be a tumultuous legal battle between federal and environmental regulators. Washington, it may be the summer of Trump, but the publicity-hungry real estate magnate is not the only Republican presidential candidate relishing all his attention as Jeb Bush's camp sees an upside to Donald Trump's surge in the GOP. In New York, Hillary Clinton's first television as she will present as a lifelong fighter for children and families for Hillary Clinton. One dead civil injured in a tent collapse in suburban Chicago as a man is loaded in an ambulance following a fatal tent collapse at a Prairie Fest at Wooddale, Illinois. A 25-year-old woman in Florida has been accused of killing her young daughter and her own father and trying to cover it up by being inspired by an episode of Criminal Minds, authorities said. A prominent American gynecologist illegally killed a lion and then offered a hunt this year in Zimbabwe. Wildlife authorities there said on Sunday. St. Denis reunion ever since Johnny Big and his friends stumbled on a bare nickel and crescent airplane wing flap last week, one that appears to be from the same kind of plane as Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, which disappeared without a trace. Cairo, Secretary of State John Kerry told Egyptian officials on Sunday that they would not be able to defeat terrorism at home unless they showed greater respect for human rights. The Nigerian military says they rescued 178 people from the Islamist militant group Boko Haram in northern Borno State. In a statement released on Sunday, it said that 101 of those freed were children and a further 6 were women. The suspected overdose deaths of 2 young women who collapsed at an HRD Summer Music Festival at the Los Angeles County Fairgrounds sparked debate about whether authorities can do more to reduce drug-related problems at raves. Lower Lake, California, wildlife blazing in several western states Sunday showed up forced by the wildfire and threatened homes, but were most numerous in Northern California, where dozens of fires were raging and sudden off evacuations. An armed Jersey City police officer among 12 people injured as a speeding vehicle smashed into another at a Jersey City intersection. New Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton prepared Sunday to become the latest powerful state official booked and felony charged by the like when Wick Perry smiled for his mugshot last year. Republicans are not pushing the Paxton's offense. In Hong Kong, an index of Asian shares outside Japan fell closer to this year's lows thanks to a deepening sell-off of commodities and concern over slowing growth in China, where the dollar has held its ground against the basket of currencies. Washington, U.S. wages and benefits growing in spring in the slowest pace in 33 years. Stock evidence that stronger hiring is lifting paychecks for most Americans. Asia stocks and shares dropped Monday amid jitters about weakening Chinese manufacturing data and the continued declines in the commodity prices. And mine gets Puerto Rico, the first visible sign that healthcare system in Puerto Rico was seriously in trouble when a steady stream of doctors more than 3,005 years began to leave the island for more lucrative, less stressful jobs. Alzheimer's disease believed to be caused by a buildup of beta amyloid plaques in the brain, which interferes with neurons and disrupts cognitive function. Peter telling the news time is now 11:04 p.m. Time now for a New England Intellectual report at 44 Old Whistles Road in Charlestown, Massachusetts. A structure fire multiple mutual aid companies en route. Peter telling the news time 11:04. It's time now for a traffic report on this late Sunday night here, and take a look at the traffic situation in this late Sunday night here. Oh. Route 6 on the westbound side. It is slow from Sandwich all the way up to the Sagamore Bridge here. 495 on the northbound side. It is slow for the Franklin Bellingham stretches here. 95 on the southbound side, slow from Queen Street in Sharon to Route 1 in Sharon here. Route Southeast Expressway southbound side. It is slow from Milton all the way up to the Braintree Split, plus Route 3 is slow from the Split all the way up to Union Street and Braintree here. Mass Pike in the eastbound side. It is slow before the Western tolls on Route 128. Mass Pike eastbound also slow through the Austin Brent tolls. Southeast Expressway on the northbound side, slow from Dorchester all the way up to Mass Ave here. 93 on the southbound side, slow from Somerville to the Zachin Bridge here. 495 on the northbound side, slow for the Milford stretch here. 700 tunnels slow here. 101 on the westbound side, slow for the Kendia stretch. Hampton tolls on Route 95 on the northbound side, a little slow here. And Main Turnpike around the Falmouth Spur in Portland, it's a little slow here. But otherwise, smooth sailing commute on this late Sunday night here. Looking at MBTA alerts here at 11:06 at night here. Commuter rail, it's looking good. On the subways, Green Line Express from other lanes due to the Sable train at Hines. And the ferries are looking good. Here, telling news time is now 11:06 p.m. and it is time now for a weather report here. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts on this late Sunday night here at 11:06 p.m. here. Oh, so sleepy. Alright, current conditions here. Fair skies, 68 degrees, humidity 87%, wind speed southeast about 3 miles an hour, barometer 20.89 inches, super about 64 degrees, and visibly 10 miles an hour here. Okay, our current conditions around the region here on this late Sunday night here at 11 p.m. reports here. 79 degrees at Logan Airport of Boston at 73 in Beverly, 74 in Gloucester, 71 in Lawrence, 73 in Bedford, 74 in Pittsburgh, 70 in Worcester, 69 in Sturbridge, 73 in Milford, 71 in Norwood, 65 in Taunton, 73 in Plymouth, 70 in New Bedford and Falmouth, 72 in Pottstown, 71 in Chatham, 69 in Marshall, 72 in Westerly, 73 in Block Island, 68 in Smithfield, 74 in Montauk, 77 in Islip, 78 in New York City, 77 in Bridgeport, New Haven, 74 in Denver, 72 in Waterbury and Meriden, Connecticut, 75 in Hartford, 74 in Windsor Locks, 68 in Springfield, 72 in Greenfield, 67 in Naphal, 66 in Northampton, 68 in Pittsfield, it's 77 in Albany, New York, 68 in Silver Spring, New York, 72 in Rutland, Vermont, 75 in Bennington, 62 in Bremen, Vermont, 67 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 66 in Keene, Hampshire, 64 in Chatham, Hampshire, 75 in Nashville, Hampshire, 67 in Manchester, Hampshire, 75 in Portsmouth, Hampshire, 68 in Concord, Hampshire, 73 in Love Corner, Hampshire, and 66 degrees on Portland, Maine. And our water temperature, 70 degrees there. Okay, look at the surface map around the country here, and it shows state front from western Alberta, stretching on all the way down for the north central Rockies here. Merging with a cold front from western South Dakota, stretching through Iowa and down for southern Wisconsin. Merging with a warm front through Michigan and the north central tip of Ohio here. And another state front from the Gulf of Mexico, stretching up the north central Florida Gulf Coast, stretching up the Georgia, up the Carolina coast, and out to sea here. And we got some front boundaries from east central Ontario, another front boundary from east central Quebec, another front boundary from southwestern Quebec, and stretching it down the I-87 from Plattsburgh down for New York City, and another front boundary from southwestern Kansas down for western Oklahoma and down for western Texas, and another front boundary from southwestern Arizona down for the Gulf of California. Another front boundary with low pressure from southeast Washington State with a center of low pressure. Front boundary from southeast Washington down for Oregon. A front boundary from southern Idaho down for northwestern Utah with a low pressure south central portions of Idaho. And a front boundary down for California, of course, with low pressure off San Francisco here. Low pressure in western Texas and eastern portion of North Carolina here. While we get some high pressure in southwestern Saskatchewan here. Western Colorado, central Arkansas, western Virginia, and low pressure up in the northeastern portions of Ontario here. 84 degrees on temperature right now in Detroit, 76 in Pittsburgh, 84 in Washington, D.C., 88 in Atlanta, Georgia, 79 in Miami, Florida, 93 in Dallas, Texas, 84 in Brownsville, Texas, and Kansas City, Missouri, 82 in Omaha, Nebraska, 86 in Chicago, 78 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 86 in Great Falls, Montana, and in Seattle, Washington here, It's 69 in San Francisco, 73 in Los Angeles, 100 degrees in Las Vegas, 106 in Phoenix, 76 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 77 in Denver, and 82 degrees out in Salt Lake City, Utah. Here. All right, let's take a look at the radio situation in this late Sunday night here. And this is what? Oh, spotty showers around east central portion of Nova Scotia, and some spotty rain showers on the northwestern tip of Newfoundland, and some spotty rain showers on the northeastern tip of Newfoundland here. But this is a lot of blobby showers and storms around east central portion of Quebec, some spotty rain showers and storms from western portion of Quebec, down for eastern and western portions of Ontario here. And this is a lot of heavy showers and storms from Ontario, from Ottawa down for Toronto, stretching down for southern Michigan through the Detroit area, and stretching down for northeastern portions of Illinois around Chicago area, down for southeastern Wisconsin here, and some spotty rain showers in the north central portion of Wisconsin, some west central portions of Illinois here, and some light rain showers and storms off the Carolinas, and some spotty rain showers in west central portions of Georgia, and a lot of rain showers by the Bahamas and western Cuba, and a lot of rain showers by the Florida Gulf Coast here, and a lot of rain showers and storms from north central Missouri down for southwestern portions of Iowa, down for east central portions of Nebraska here, and clusters of showers and thunderstorms from western Texas and western Oklahoma, stretching up to the Rockies and down for the north central Nevada, and up in Oregon and down for western and central portions of Washington State, and some spotty rain showers in central portions of British Columbia here. Alright, let's take a look at the satellite loop here. It shows a lot of clouds covering much of the Quebec and Ontario, covering much of the Great Lakes, and Neverland clouds around Florida, Neverland clouds from western South Carolina, down from northern Georgia, down for central portions of Tennessee, a lot of clouds off the eastern seaboard and covering much of Florida, and a lot of clouds from western Illinois, down from southern Iowa, down from northern portions of Missouri, and a lot of clouds from Kansas down from Nebraska, and a lot of clouds from western Texas and Oklahoma, stretching it out from New Mexico, down from western Mexico, and up in New Mexico, up to Colorado, Utah, southern Wyoming, and up to western Idaho, down from northern Nevada, up to California, up to the Pacific Northwest, up Oregon, Washington State, up to the British Columbia, and up in the Alberta, down for western portions of Saskatchewan here, and a lot of clouds covering much of Manitoba, Dave, Ontario, and up in the Churchill Bay. All right, let's take a look at what is going on in the tropics here. And this is it. Disturbance number 1 in the Atlantic here. Oh. Weak area of low pressure is located along the coast of the Florida Big Bend is producing disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity across portions of northern Florida and the extreme northeastern Gulf of Mexico. Upper level winds are not expected to be expected for development, while the low moves to northeastward at 5 to 10 miles an hour across North Florida near the southeastern United States coast during the next few days. And regardless of development of this system, is expected to produce heavy rainfall across portions of the northern Florida tonight and Monday. For formation chance for whereas low 10% formation chance for 5 days. Low 10%. Eastern Pacific here. An area of low pressure has formed along the tropical wave located around 1,000 miles southwest of the southern tip of Baja California Peninsula. Environmental conditions are expected to be detected by gradual development of the system, and especially to be midweek as it moves west-northwest around 10 to 15 miles an hour here. Formation chance for food 48 hours. Low 10% information chance for 5 days. Medium 50% here. And on to the Central Pacific here, where this is the latest on Hurricane Guillermo. 15 after the north, 145 below to the west. Max the same winds, 85 miles per movement, west-northwest around 10 p.m. to 5 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time advisory here. As the latest public advisory on Guillermo. It will continue to weaken to move toward the Hawaiian Islands, and all interested in Hawaiian Islands should monitor the progress of Hurricane Guillermo during the next couple of days. Watch it may be issued for a portion of the state as early as Monday morning at 5 p.m. Hawaiian time. 0300 UTC that server Hurricane Guillermo was located due latitude 15 afternoon north, longitude 145.0 to the west. It's moving toward the west-northwest through 10 miles an hour, 17 kilometers an hour here, and this was expected to continue over the next couple of days here. Matching same winds out here, 85 miles an hour, 140 kilometers an hour. With higher gusts Same we can expect during the next couple of days. Here, hurricane force winds extend outwards up to 45 miles, 75 kilometers above the center. And tropical force winds extend outwards up to 140 miles, 220 kilometers. That's very bit of temperature. 91 millibar of 97 inches here. And as the effect led, surf, large swells trouble ahead. Hurricane Gabriel will spread from east to west over the Hawaiian Islands. By Monday's surf will steadily build along east facing shores and will likely become large and potentially life-threatening and started on Monday. Here. Alright, let's take a look at forecast discussion around the region here. Dry weather prevails much Monday, then and further showers and thunderstorms return Monday evening and Tuesday. After a dry day, Wednesday, a period of unsettled weather is possible sometime Thursday and Saturday. But confidence is low on the time of potential wet weather here. And take a look at the weather notes here. I'm expecting best chance for severe weather for tomorrow. Berkshires of Massachusetts, Vermont, West New Hampshire, New York State, including New York City, northeast and central Pennsylvania, and northwestern Maine, eastern Massachusetts, and eastern New England. A few chances of scattered thunderstorms, but highs today reaching the 80s. It was a toasty day with less humidity here, and I'm expecting a muggy Monday in store. As in the interior areas of New England here, '88 to 92 degrees, and then the coastal areas of New England, Cape Islands, and coastal Rhode Island here, 79 to 87 degrees. All right, let's take a look at the 7-day forecast here. It goes like this here. For tonight, we are gonna see some. While you're sleeping in the Northern Isles tonight, we're gonna. All right, tonight. Most of the clouds skies low at 62 degrees, southward about 3 to 6 miles an hour here. Monday, cloud skies are going to be covered most of the skies about 80 degrees, southward about 5 to 11 miles because I is 22 miles an hour here. Monday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms made after 3 a.m. Some storms pretty severe with hail, gusty winds, patchy rock after 4 a.m. Otherwise, with cruising clouds with a lower end 70 degrees, southward about 7 to 9 miles on a chance station 30%. Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms, patchy rock before 9 a.m. Watts. Cloud skies are gradually becoming most of the skies about 80 degrees, southwest with about 8 to 13 miles on a chance station 50%. No rain amounts between 10 quarter day, check out about possible thunderstorms here. Tonight, slight chance of showers before 9 p.m. and that podcast got low about 64 degrees, west from about 3 to 7 miles by chance base to 20%. Wednesday, most of the podcast got about 81 about 60 degrees. Thursday, punt steady most got about 78 about 60 degrees. Friday, chance of showers afternoon, punt steady most got about 78 about 60 degrees. Chance base to 30%. Saturday, chance of showers with some punt steady most got about 66 about 60 degrees. Chance base to 30%. And for Sunday, punt steady got about 67 degrees. Here's weather phrase on the night. A muggy Monday in store. Pierre Channel News Time, 11:18 p.m. and it is time now for Sunday Night Sports Roundup here on this Sunday night here. And let's start off at the Fenway Park where the Boston Red Sox are looking to go into the Brewers department and try to sweep those Rays today at Fenway Park here. But the Rays had other plans here as the Tampa Bay Rays got on the board first in the top of as the Tampa Bay Rays got on the board at the top of the first, and a brand guy homing on the fly ball to left field that makes a 1-0 favor to the Tampa Bay Rays. But then in the bottom of the first, Jaime Ramirez doubles on a line drive to center field. Kevin came out 8 double C's for Ramirez that scores. Bogart that it's tied at 1, and then Mac Tapley sings on a sharp ground ball to left field of Mickey Matut that scores Jaime Ramirez, and it's 2-1 in favor of the Red Sox here. And then in the bottom of the third, David Ortiz doubles on a pop up to the third baseman, Nevin Longoria. That scores Thunder Bogarts to the West. 3-1 Red Sox. Thank you, double season for Ortiz. And then in the top of the fourth, James Looney doubles on a line drive of right fielder Grizzly Castillo. That scores Dribble Cabrera. And the Sox lead at 3-2. And the turning point came in the top of the eighth. That's when, as Dribble Cabrera hits a ground rule double on a line drive right field, Evan Longoria scores in a tied at 3. And then James Looney singles on a soft fly ball to center fielder Jackie Bradley as Dribble Cabrera scores as the Boston Red Sox fail to sweep those Tampa Bay Rays. They fall to the Rays at Fenway 4-3 as they fall to 47-59 in the season as Gilt's got the win. Junichi Tsuzawa with a loss. Brad Boxberg got to save. Red Sox will travel down to the Bronx to take on those New York Yankees starting Tuesday at 7:10 p.m. with Henry Owens on the man for the Red Sox ball. Masahiro Tanaka on the man for the Yankees here. Well, Sox took 2 out of 3. And now there are 56 games left of the season, so I expect the Red Sox to make these final 56 games some good baseball. 56 games left in the season here. Let's hope the Red Sox can make something happen here. Alright, other scores by the major end of the slate tonight. Toronto Blue Jays over the Kansas City Royals 5-2. Pittsburgh Park shut out the Cincinnati Reds 3-0. Miami Marlins over the San Diego Padres 5-2. Atlanta Braves over the Philadelphia Phillies 6-2. Detroit Tigers over the Baltimore Orioles 6-1. Houston Astros over the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-1. Chicago Cubs over the Milwaukee Brewers 4-3. New York Yankees pound the Chicago White Sox 12-3. Seattle Mariners over the Minnesota Twins 4-1. In the final 11 innings here, St. Louis Cardinals edge out the Colorado Rockies 3-2. Texas Rangers over the San Francisco Giants 2-1. Oakland Athletics over the Cleveland Indians 2-1 in final 10 innings here. Los Angeles Dodgers over the Los Angeles Angels final 10 innings 5-3. And New York Mets over the Washington Nationals 5-2. The Pawtucket Red Sox had 2 in the top of the 8th as they defeat the Buffalo Bisons in Buffalo, New York 2-1. Alright, look at that WNBA scores here. New York Liberty over the Seattle Storm 78-62. Phoenix Mercury of Atlanta Dream 71-68. Los Angeles Sparks over the San Antonio Stars 80-78. Indiana Fever over the Connecticut Sun 83-70. And Chicago Sky over the Washington Mystics 71-68. Right, look at that MLS soccer scores here. No 0-0 tie between San Jose Earthquakes and Portland Timbers and Chicago Pirates. Shut out to the Football Club of Dallas 2-0. Alright, looking at some sports news in it's late Sunday night here. Man, how only with Des Bryant to be at the Cowboys had not given him a fat new contract as it just says after signing a $70 million deal. That's after threatening to hold out if he didn't get paid. Wide receivers getting into it as he threw a punch at a teammate during the Dallas Cowboys training camp. Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Kyle Busch would still be the hottest driver in NASCAR if he had another quart of solar fuel Sunday at Pocono Raceway as saving fuel saved today for Matt Kenseth of Pocono. Particularly neither Bob Baffert nor Ahmed Zait's shedding light where American Fair would win next after his sensational performance in Haskell. Turnberry, Scotland, as NB Park fended down Jin Young Ko in the final stretch of the Women's British Open. It quickly became clear when South Korean was in a weekend which was the player about to add another chapter in golf's record book. Latrell Pittsburgh, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Brandon Boykin is looking forward to a fresh start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. In Toronto, goaltender Jonathan Bernier and the Toronto Maple Leafs have agreed to a 2-year contract worth $8.3 million. The 26-year-old will cap $4.15 billion against South Company to the next 2 seasons. John Eisner won the Atlanta Open for the 3rd straight year, beating Marcus Bagger 6-3 on Sunday at Atlantic Station. Baltimore Ravens outside linebacker Elvis Demerville is dealing with a tendonitis and Achilles early in the training camp. Is that a serious concern for the Baltimore Ravens here? The Miami Marlins continue to be London. Arsenal Wagner finally earned his first win over Jose Moreno on Sunday as Claudio Chamberlain's first half goal gave Arsenal a 1-0 victory over Chelsea in a second straight Community Shield win. Jimmy Butler isn't one yet, but he's an all-star. Arguably the new face of the franchise, so what better Then have the two of them face off in a shootout at Michael Jordan's Fight School basketball camp at Santa Barbara, California, as he hit a buzzer beater in a shootout with Jimmy Butler. Long Pond, Pennsylvania, Brad Keselowski finished second to Matt Kenseth in Sunday's Windows 10 Ford at the Pocono Raceway, but that did not stand out as much as hitting two crewmen winning over in pit stall lap 62 and 160 lap event. The Buffalo Bills announced they have suspended offensive line coach Aaron Cromer without pay for the first 6 games of the season. The rush of adrenaline that comes with a trade deadline when its wall-to-wall media coverage will soon be beginning to subside as Jalen Frenchwood saw some of the game's biggest names coverage uniform, including shortstop Trotsky and set faces. Joseph Rendell will share rushing duties with the Dallas Cowboys trying to keep all backs fresh. Running backs coach Gary Brown said, San Jose, California. 2 days after expressing his displeasure with contract situation, Seattle Bobby Wagner signed a 4-year, $43 million extension with the Seahawks that make the 25-year-old for the highest paid middle linebacker in the NFL. And that's going to be it for the Peter Chell 11 o'clock news the late Sunday night, August 7th, 2nd, 2015. Good day. Good night. Let's get back to it. I'll see you tomorrow morning with a more report. Good night, and see you tomorrow morning.